in the Gospel of John, he says, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. I mean, they killed the guy, right? Conservatives and liberals alike agreed on one thing in Jesus' day. They both hated Jesus, and they nailed him to a cross. The world would love you as one of its own if you belong to it, but you are no longer part of the world. I chose you to come out of the world, so it hates you. In our day and age, if you hold traditional genders, declaring God made male and female, you will be hated. How dare you say man dress like a man and a woman should dress like a woman? If you believe sex is between one man and one woman in marriage, you're going to be thought of as a prude. If you believe that we should turn the other cheek, not taking up the sword, you'll be thought of as a coward. If you believe we should go the extra mile for unjust government officials, you'll be called a sheep. But do you care more about what Jesus thinks about you or what your friends and family think about you? You see, being a follower of Jesus is antithetical to having followers on Twitter and likes on Facebook. And so for many of us, we so desire to be accepted by men that it dissuades us from following God. You know, for some, they just give up on the pursuit altogether. I just want the world to like me. I don't want to be verbally assaulted. I don't want to be shamed. I don't want the mob to come after me. I'm a Christian, but I'm not the kind that speaks up about what I believe. Now, I'm not saying we go around and try to be offensive to people, okay? It seems like some Christians specialize in that, right? Their spiritual gift is being offensive to others. We don't believe something because it's offensive. We believe something because it's true. Because it's true. It's what Jesus said. So we need to communicate with gentleness what the Scriptures teach, persuading others of the truth of God's Word. But the other side of the coin is this. Some Christians desire to be liked so much by the world, they're willing to sell out. And here's what God says to us in Isaiah 51:8. Fear not the reproach of man, nor be dismayed at his revilings, for the moth will eat them up like a garment. The worm will eat them like wool, but my righteousness will be forever, my salvation to all generations. If you seek approval, you're not going to last. Those we try to impress, guess what? God says they are fading away like clothes. But God's righteousness and salvation will last forever. So if you're seeking the approval of somebody, if you're trying to virtue signal and be thought of as somebody righteous, who should you turn to? A world that's fading away? Or God? The culture at the present moment? Or God? You see, cultural values, they change year to year, generation to generation, but the word of the Lord stands forever. So whose approval will you seek? Those who fade, or your judge on Judgment Day?